What's up, everyone? It's Nima here, and today I want to talk about a game that can tell a story without telling words. It makes you feel, it fully immerses you into this experience and lets you feel it and understand the plight of the narrative itself. Again, without telling you a single word or writing a word out. We'll get to that, but first, I want to remind you guys to please hit that like and subscribe button. Remember, if you have time to watch, you got time to squash that like and subscribe button. Ew. Oh, I hate that joke. That's horrible. Maybe just unsubscribe now. No, but guys, seriously, we're 30 away from 300 subs. Think about it. Once we have 300 in this community, we can take on any invading army, so we're good. Anyway, I want to get to the game that I honestly wasn't super psyched about, and it was one of the shadow drops that happened at the Indie Direct from Nintendo. And the game is called Gibbon Beyond the Trees. And this game is, like I said, fully immersive without really being over the top. The main mechanics of the game itself are that you are a gibbon and you are running, swinging, and doing some cool flips. And honestly, most of the controls are pretty basic. That's your main controls. But that starts to become a lifeline as you get further in the game. But starting off, you're just having fun, swinging through trees, exploring the forest, and meeting up with another gibbon and a baby while kind of helping each other through some critical areas. There's some gaps that you kind of need help with, and you're just exploring, having fun, living the gibbon life, which apparently is super relaxing and super cool. Sort of. It does take a very dark turn, and that's where this game really starts to make you understand how it feels to be an endangered animal. And I say this because what happens throughout the game is early on, you have all these options for trees and logs to slide down, and, you're swinging and you're doing flips and you're having a lot of fun. It's, super just enjoyable and relaxing. Then you get to the point where deforestation is happening and they're burning down the trees. This gigantic logging company is in there killing the forest. And as you go through, you don't have those options anymore. And so as the game player, you literally experience the loss of life in a sense, because it's killed kind of the fun. You have to now navigate heavy machinery and workers. At the same time, you don't have the same options for just the wonderful world that is the forest, and now you have to navigate and swing off machinery and things of that nature. So it gets really dark from there. And further on, the game even goes further to the point of having to deal with poachers. And yes, you have a little bit more of a village life that's less industrial, but it's still just as damaging and harmful because a lot of the people in this village want to shoot and kill you and potentially sell the baby. And so you're experiencing this panic and this anxiety where you're trying to run away from people trying to kill you. And the game goes further on in that. But I think that's how it does this amazing job of telling the story without, number one, just pandering and talking down to you, or like being preachy. Some of these games do that. They can be really preachy, and that's kind of annoying. This does it the opposite way of really saying a word. It just has you experience it, and you start to be I'm Team Gibbon now. I didn't even honestly really know too much about gibbons before I played this game, and now I'm oh, we need to save the gibbons. They're awesome. They're great little creatures. And so they've done this very well and very intelligently, as well as the game itself is beautiful. The graphics are amazing for the art style. I'm not gonna say this art style may not be for everyone, just like I would argue maybe the game wouldn't be for everyone, because yes, there is a lot of action and there's a lot of components of freestyle swinging, if you will, which that sounds like a different video. But no, I mean swinging from tree to tree and just kind of having fun, trying to do combos in your head. Now granted, I think they could have maybe benefited from a combo kind of system or something, but this is not an arcadey type game, even though it does have arcadey elements. But yeah, you just have fun doing that, but there's not there's not a boss. There's not, constant enemies. But when they are there, it's very impactful, quite a bit. And again, this game does get pretty dark. I'm gonna be honest. There's parts of this game where you're you're questioning a lot of stuff, and there's a sense of urgency that is pulled from you that I think that after you play the game, you definitely have a different outlook on the preservation of our forests and our rainforests and everything. Like, that really is kind of the takeaway, and they even kind of blend that at the end of the first game, because there's kind of 2 games in here, 2 chapters. I don't want to ruin the second part because it kind of would ruin the first part, but it does go further than what the initial first run is, and you get to play as a different character and experience the game in a different perspective from maybe some different environments as well. Well, not different environments, but different locations, say it that way. I know, it's completely cryptic, and I don't mean it to be that way because it's not that cryptic. It's really not. Anyway, I really enjoyed this game. Now, I think personally, right now it's on sale for like $10, which I think is a good price for it, just because of the sound. Like, literally, they have the sound of Gibbons. The whole, like, ambience of it is fantastic. The graphics, the art style, all of that. I really, really enjoy this game. But again, I don't know if it's going to be for everyone. It really teeters on that, like, alt gaming / like, I don't know, 2D platformer arcadey style. And it finds a home in between there that I think I really enjoy. But there again, $10 may be a lot for some people, but the problem is that's on sale. It's 33% off right now. So, when you're done with that, I think it takes up to like $14, something of that nature. And I could see that being a bit much for the game, to be honest, for a lot of people, because you can basically beat the game in about 5 hours, I think. You kind of discover and unlock everything and go through everything. To be honest, I haven't beat the second part fully yet, so I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm towards the end of it. And I don't know, again, this is a game that I would recommend because I really like it, but if someone was to say, it wasn't my cup of tea, I understand that as well. It's two different, it's definitely an acquired taste in a way, but I also think it's really powerful and like people should play it. Just because I enjoy the way that they tell the narrative. I enjoy the way that they make you experience and feel the game instead of just preaching to you or just outright just telling you this is what you need to be concerned about. This is what you need to do. No, it doesn't do any of that. It literally makes you feel it. And I think that's a cool dynamic to storytelling, especially when you're conveying a message as important as that. I will also say that towards the end, there's a come up. Like, the first part, kind of down. Second part, let's just say rise of the Gibbons, But anyway, that's my thoughts on the game. Let me know if you guys are thinking about getting it or what your thoughts are on the game. And if you were excited about the Indie Direct. And let me know what games you guys are playing and which ones you're excited to play. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you. Like always, I'm wishing you health, wealth, and above all, I hope you're truly happy. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Oh, I should have talked about my new video coming out.